Hello and welcome. If this is your first time with me, welcome to the conversation. And if you've heard other videos that I've put up, or if you've worked with me in my classes, then it's just lovely to be with you again. I wanted to speak today about the grief journey, what it is and what it isn't, because I think we have a great misunderstanding of the grief journey. Recently, in my Facebook page, Healthy Mourning Revolution, I put up a meme that had a picture of kind of a black cloud that was sitting close to somebody. And it was an exploration of how do you sit with your grief. It's a wonderful meme that helps us to understand that while it may look like a gray cloud or a black cloud that can consume us, that really it's a relationship, and that we're building a relationship with our grief so that we can listen to it and begin to trust it. For most of us, we live, well, for all of us, we live in a grief avoidant society. And if we're grief avoidant, we're mourning phobic. But the reality is, what grief asks us to do is to convert our grief to mourning, and that we can do that with ease and grace when we start to trust the grief, when we start to trust the feelings that we're feeling, when we choose to lean into them, to sit with them, to be patient and to be quiet instead of distracting and pushing it away, because it's not that time heals the grief. All time is going to do is it's going to bury it so that we end up carrying our grief. Grief awaits our welcome, as Dr. Alan Wofelt, my teacher and mentor, loves to say. And it's true. So this black cloud, if that's how we see our grief, we can welcome it in, and we can even lean on it, and we can sit with it. So how do we do that? When we recognize that there's something coming up, there's some kind of emotion coming up. If it's anxiety, if it's fear, if it's worry, if it's doubt, if it's pain, if it's sadness, if it's confusion, if it's frustration, whatever is coming up, we can actually sit with it. And the way that we sit with it is we find ways to self-soothe. So I invite you to explore ways that you're able to sit with a difficult emotion and still soothe yourself. You know, in a course that I'm teaching right now, we discovered that baths are a personal favorite, not only for myself, but for many of the participants. I think it's true that hot water can really soothe us and allow us to sit with the differing emotions that are coming up. There are many ways to self-soothe, just to sit quietly and to breathe. And if you're a Star Trek fan, then you know as what the Ferengi know, right? You start rubbing your earlobes. That's a wonderful way to self-soothe, even as you're experiencing difficult emotions. So what I'd like you to do is find the ways that work for you. Do you just need to concentrate on your breathing? Do you need to drink some water? Do you need to sit in some warm water? Do you need to rub your earlobes? What are the ways that you self-soothe, not as a distraction away from the emotion that's coming up, but rather as a way to sit with the grief? If you're not already a member of the Healthy Mourning Revolution, then I invite you to come onto Facebook and join us in the group there. Please, by all means, if you haven't already, subscribe to this. If this video has helped you in any way, please like it and share it. And if there's something in particular that you would like me to talk about, put it in the comments section. Let me know. We are going to be coming on to our next live launch. It's going to be happening February 28th to May 4th. And that's an opportunity to be live with me 1 hour a day for 5 days, where we're really going to explore these ideas of the myths of grief and how do we self-soothe, and what is the difference between grief and mourning anyway, because we tend to use those terms interchangeably. I invite you to come and visit us on our website, healthymourning.com, and find the links to all of my programs, but start with subscribing to this channel. Much love to you, and wishing you ease and grace in your grief journey. Namaste.